Well, okay, the first thing, if you have to do it, one reason why you do it, and if you have to do it, is because if you've got a list, if you got access to some kind of list you can call to, it's a very fast way to get the sales. You know, that's why people do it. That's why companies want salespeople to do it. That's why they have people hired in to do it. The number one reason why it's scary for people to do it is because they haven't qualified the list. They aren't familiar with who they're going after. So the reason why selling gets scary for people is they're afraid of all the rejection. Rejection goes up high when you haven't qualified your list, when you haven't filtered your list into likely buyers. So the first thing you do to make cold calling easier, to make it yourself more successful with it, is to have a strong profile that you know who you're wanting to call is going to be a good match of the likely people that buy from you. That's the first thing to do to make yourself more successful with it, is to be profiling. It comes back to the same thing we do in direct marketing. You don't want to just spend all your advertising spewing it out there to anybody that has a pulse. If you do the same thing in cold calling, you're going to have a high rejection rate. So that's one of the first things I tell people. Once you get that figured out, then it's basic similar types of things we do in direct marketing. You know, get the message down that you're trying to do. Have some kind of a specific offer. You know, my background was in business selling business to business, and so a lot of what I did and people like myself did was spend a lot of time researching the business before we ever made a call, so that we knew who was the target person. If we were trying to reach a chief financial officer or chief information officer or some kind of executive, we did a lot of research into the company and a lot of networking, trying to find just the right name of the person to call before we ever even made a phone call. So just making blind phone calls is not very productive. It's can be very painful. I mean, one of the things I would do now if I was doing it, and if I was targeting a very set focused niche of businesses, is I would use a combination of direct mail techniques and cold calling. So you can do things like, if let's say you've got a very focused industry and you've got a very focused offer, well, I would send a direct mail package ahead to that executive to get their attention and then follow it up with phone calls. You can get a lot of power by mixing the techniques together.